Hey there, and welcome to a very special edition of my show. And we are on location in Reno, Nevada. And what are we making today?
Figgy pudding!
Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding.
First of all, we're going to make figgy pudding, but we have Sage here with our funny figgy pudding fact. What's our funny figgy pudding fact?
Why is figgy pudding called figgy pudding?
Why?
Because it has figs in it!
So, figgy pudding takes figs, which we have.
Figs, dates.
Sierra, what did you do with the figs and the dates?
You chop them up and then you need half a cup of figs and a cup and a half of dates.
Okay, and so what we're going to do is we are going to cook these down in a little water to make them soft, and then we're going to blend that up. So that's what we're going to go do right now. Is that we're going to put some baking soda into this mixture and stir it up and then blend it in our food process or our blender.
We're gonna put 1 teaspoon of baking soda in with the figs and the dates and give it a stir. It will look like a caramel at the top, bubbly caramel.
The baking soda is reacting with the water and making it fizz up. So this recipe calls for self-rising flour, which we don't have, but you can make it yourself. And to do that, we're going to add flour and baking powder and salt together and whisk it together, and then we will have our own homemade self-rising flour. I think we're good with that.
And this is a sketch of blind figgy pudding.
Blind figgy pudding?
Yeah, I tried to do the eyes, but then they didn't work out, so I added like the glasses that you sometimes wear when you're blind.
Great, now we have that. So the next step is that we are going to cream some sugar and butter in our mixer.
So I'll put both of these?
I think, no, this one is for the topping. Which one's softer? This one feels softer. And we're going to do 7 tablespoons of butter.
I did it right, or no?
No, you need one more.
I'm going to set this tablespoon.
We're actually going to use this probably to grease our pan. So that's perfect that we have a little extra. So put that over here.
I am not good at unraveling butter. Especially when it's at room temperature.
All right, and the sugar?
Sugar.
You don't like sugar, do you?
I love it. It's probably my favorite of the food groups.
Sugar. The sugar food group?
And if you watch Buddy the Elf, the 4 food groups are candy, candy canes, candy corn, and maple syrup.
Do you think you're an elf?
Sometimes, yeah. 1 cup.
Well, that's 1/2 a cup, right?
Half a cup.
So we're going to do 2 of those.
They just seem so big. And 1 cup.
All right. So put that on like medium and we'll cream that up. All right, the next thing we do is that we need the egg man. Wait, hold on. We'll move. Yeah, do you want to? So we're going to put 2 eggs in.
Okay.
And Sage loves cracking eggs, so he's going to do this for us. There you go. I don't think we got any shells in there, so that's good. All right. Here, swap that out. Put that in there.
Okay.
And then here is your second egg. One big crack. Nice job. Perfect. We also got little Sawyer here. But he does not want to help cook.
No.
All right. So we're going to mix that together. So beat that in so it's well combined.
Okay. Also, on a cooking show, I learned the secret to a good cake is usually like use a little bit of mayo or mayonnaise.
Oh, yeah? Oh, we saw that today.
Yeah.
Kids Baking Championship. All right. I think that looks good. Let's stop that lift, and we're going to take the bowl off of the stand mixer.
And we're gonna put in the figs.
Yep, and the chocolate.
Oh yeah, you need grated chocolate or chopped up chocolate. I didn't even finish grating one bar.
Yeah, grating was kind of a pain, so we just cut it really finely. Okay, so we got this. So the next thing is we're gonna put our dates and our figs in.
And we're not sure if there will be time, but if there is, we'll make like little meringue decorations to go on the figgy pudding.
All right, actually, let's first put in the chocolate.
Okay, pour it in.
Fold that in. I'm gonna go bring this to the sink.
So you pour the chocolate in, and you pour it in and you fold it into the butter, creamed butter and sugar and eggs.
All right, and then we got our figs and dates, so stir that in.
Oh, it looks...
What does it look like?
Oh, there's some steam coming out of that.
Well, it's still a little hot.
That looks like... Here, let me...
Yeah, get it all.
Splat.
All right.
I got most of it.
I think we're good there. And then
You have the
we're gonna
flour.
fold in the flour.
So you're going to put a little at a time, right?
Yeah, put a little at a time and then fold it in until it's all incorporated.
It's hard to fold in when it's like liquid. It's easier when like the first thing is mixed in. All right.
Do that later.
Did you feed the cat today?
I'm gonna hold the bowl.
Yeah, and I'll scrape it in.
All right, so we're putting this in a bundt pan that we greased with that extra butter.
Because otherwise it wouldn't look like a figgy pudding.
You could also do it in individual ramekins, but we
Yeah.
figured this was going to be a little easier. And we didn't have a bunch of little ramekins. Oops.
There's a little bit of flour. Let's try it. Let's turn it over.
Yeah, let's turn it.
There's a little bit of like, usually the bottom gets a little bit like, there's a little bit still of like unmixed figgy part. So this side's gonna be a little more.
I think maybe it'll all work itself out
Yeah.
when it's baking.
Yeah.
Now we have to put it in the oven.
It doesn't taste good though.
What?
It doesn't taste good. I had a little bit of it on my finger. It tastes. Yeah.
You don't think it's... Well, it's gonna cook.
It tasted very raw.
Yeah. Cookie dough, on the other hand, tastes great.
Well, let me taste it. I think it tastes good.
I mean, I might have just gotten like the wrong bite or something.
I think it tastes delicious.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually it does. Let me try this. Oh yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Pudding inspector. Checks out.
What do you think? What do you think it tastes? Do you think it tastes good?
It tastes like cake dough.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven for I think probably about 45 minutes. But we're gonna start checking it at a half hour, and I think we're gonna let it just set, and then it will be done. So we're gonna get that in the oven, and then we're gonna make some topping in a minute. All right, so now we're gonna make the topping that goes over the figgy pudding after it's done. But before we get started, we have another funny figgy pudding fact. Sage?
What makes the wreath stick to the figgy pudding?
What?
The sauce.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's true because usually traditional figgy pudding would have a holly leaf on top.
Where did you learn that?
I've seen pictures and I've also drawn a funny figgy pudding, so I also know that like it's usually like you usually put like a couple holly berries and holly leaves on the top.
Gotcha. So before we get started on the topping, why did you guys want to make figgy pudding?
I don't know. It just sounded good, and I have never had it before.
Fair enough. It's the holiday season. That makes sense.
And also, I did a drawing video, and I drew the figgy pudding, and I was like, you know, I kind of want to try figgy pudding.
Great. Well, I've never tried figgy pudding either.
I just learned what figgy pudding was a few weeks ago.
Yeah?
Maybe
Nice.
a month to 5 weeks ago.
Great. Well, we're going to try figgy pudding tonight. And right now we're going to make the sauce. And the sauce is basically brown sugar, whipping cream, and butter. And we are going to cook that over on the stovetop. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. All right, so our figgy pudding is done, and I will say it took about 35 minutes. That's a convection oven, so I think it sped up the process a little bit.
So it should
And-
take about 35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, and you're really looking for it to kind of be just set like you would with a cake.
Mhm.
And we let this sit for 10 minutes, but we're going to flip it out onto our Holly Jolly platter. Actually, why don't we do this?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Do you need another towel?
Nope.
Okay.
I've got it.
And let's pray that it flips.
Please.
But I think it should.
Then
Here, actually, what I'm going to do is take this knife. Ah!
it's
Woo!
perfect.
All right, that's perfect. So now,
Can I drizzle the sauce?
yeah, we're going to drizzle some sauce. So we want to get a little bit of our toffee sauce into this pudding.
Yeah,
So
like soak it in a little
soak
bit.
it in, get a little sweet, a little toffee. So we're going to just like make some holes in here
So all the steam.
all over so that the toffee sauce can get sucked in. And what we're going to do is pour, I don't know, maybe half of this toffee sauce over. And then we're going to save a little bit extra for serving.
Mhm. Also,
All right.
the toffee sauce is delicious.
All right, so just pour kind of evenly over the top.
Ooh, that goes fast.
It does. Go back around.
Should be.
I think that's good because we're gonna save a little bit more for when we serve it.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more in the pan, but I think this will be good to get that initial soak in. We are going to have our holiday party tonight.
Hoedown.
So our holiday hoedown. So we're going to taste this later. So for now, we're gonna sign off.
Mhm.
And we're going to say, we hope you had happy holidays. This is coming out a little late because that's when we got
Yeah.
to see each other this year. And like and subscribe. Anything else you want to talk about?
And there's gonna be music.
Music. So music coming up. Some sticky toffee pudding tasting. Again, like and subscribe. And go have some fun in your kitchen. All right, you ready to try the figgy pudding?
Time for the grand reveal. It's delicious.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up for the figgy pudding?
Yes. Double.
Double thumbs up.
And figgy pudding reveal in 3, 2, and 1. This is is my figgy pudding.
Figgy pudding.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kids. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding. Oh, bring us some figgy pudding and bring some Merry Christmas. Good tidings we bring to you and your kids. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. We won't go until we get some. So bring it right here. Good tidings we bring to you and your kids. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.